Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. Um, Guys, I've got some news, some big news. Not big news, but speculation. There's apparently talk that Demetrius Andrade could fight Billy Joe Saunders in a comeback fight. There is negotiation. Billy Joe, I think, revealed this in an IFL TV interview that he is looking at a Demetrius Andrade fight, and that is a fight that should have happened a couple of years ago. Billy Joe obviously failed his test, and hence why that fight got scrapped. I think this is a great fight, and one that I think would make a lot of sense for both fighters. I think Billy Joe is somebody that has, in a lot of people's opinion, underachieved, and Andrade is certainly on the stateside a carbon copy of Billy Joe. Underachieved, got a very poor resume. Both of them haven't got the greatest resumes. Both of them two-weight world champions, but I mean, very underwhelming resumes to say the least. I mean, if you look at their record, Billy Joe's best win is probably Lemieux, Andy Lee. I don't know. It's a toss-up. Ryder. I don't know what you can say, but it's definitely not the greatest resume. And Andrade's greatest win, I mean, is probably Varner's Matarosian. I mean, yeah, very poor resumes from guys that we expected a lot more from in the game, but I think right now both of them are looking for paydays. Both of them are looking to make money. Well, Andrade's not had one big fight. At least Billy Joe's had a Canelo fight where he got paid well. Andrade's not even had that. So I think an Andrade-Billy Joe fight would be a very good fight. And I think it'd be a very good fight for Demetrius Andrade, because Demetrius Andrade would be getting... I don't think Demetrius Andrade gains much from it, because I think if Andrade goes out and beats Billy Joe, which I think he will, I think Andrade will... People will say, well, he's fighting a washed-up Billy Joe. He's fighting Canelo's leftovers, but it's still a big payday. And let's not forget, this is the same Demetrius Andrade that was running around chasing Eubank. So I don't mind the fight. I like the fight. Although I think Andrade wins it. I think Billy Joe's too overweight. I seen him. He looked about super heavyweight to me when I seen him in his interview. I mean, he's so big. I mean, I think he's gonna have to boil down and lose a lot of weight. Also, I always felt that Andrade would beat Billy Joe, just because I thought stylistically would be horrible, because Billy Joe's not a big puncher, and Andrade puts his punches together a lot better than Billy Joe. He's also defensively similar. I think Billy Joe might be defensively slightly better, a bit awkward, a bit harder to hit. But I think Andrade is offensively the better guy. I think Billy Joe throws single shots. I think Andrade put punches in bunches. I think Andrade is very fast. I don't think Billy Joe would be able to avoid Andrade's punches as well as he did against some of the other guys that he fought. I think Andrade is very twitchy, very fast, very explosive, which I think would cause Billy Joe a lot of trouble. I think Andrade hits a bit harder as well. He's taller. I think that, when you look at it stylistically, I think the advantages and you would favor Andrade in that fight. In my opinion, I just think I would favor Andrade beating Billy Joe. And I think I favor him massively, because I think Billy Joe is so far gone past his best. I will say this, though. I think Andrade needs to stay away from big punches, because if he gets in the ring with a big puncher, he's getting iced badly. And that's why I think he should stay away from Canelo. And I know Canelo haters and Andrade fanboys want to see that fight, but trust me, Canelo would ice Andrade. And not just Canelo. I think any big puncher, anyone that can crack, that can punch, is going to ice Demetrius Andrade, because Andrade's punch resistance, I don't know if his punch resistance was ever great, because we never really seen him tested in there with a big puncher. But at this point, this man's getting wobbled by Liam Williams. He's getting wobbled in his last fight. For me, his punch resistance is very questionable. And I think he gets in with anyone that can crack a little bit, I think he's getting wiped out. And I think, and especially the fact that he's 35, he's not the youngest anymore. His reflexes won't be the same as what they were a couple years ago. So I think Andrade's got to be very careful and very well managed and right now. And I think Billy Joe would be a very good fight, because I don't think Billy Joe's a big puncher. I think Billy Joe's a boxer like Andrade is. And I think Billy Joe stylistically, I think that would favor Andrade, because like I said, Billy Joe's not a big puncher. He throws single shots. Doesn't really throw punches in bunches. But then having said that, if Demon Nicholson is dropping dropping you and hurting you, then I mean, I'm pretty sure that Billy Joe might be able to hurt him. Who knows? Even though Billy Joe's not a big puncher whatsoever, he's more of a boxer. So I would favor, I would favor Andrade in that fight. I think Andrade would beat Billy Joe at this point, but I still think it's a good fight. I still think it would sell, and I still think it'd be a good fight between two guys that are good names, you know, good fighters. I think it makes sense. I think for Andrade, I think Andrade should jump at that opportunity. Because I don't think Andrade beats any of the guys at super middleweight. I don't think he beats Canelo. No chance against Canelo. Against David Benavidez, I always thought he'd beat Benavidez, but after watching his last performance, I think Benavidez might ice him as well. Caleb Plant, that's no go. Caleb Plant's a good boxer. He can crack a little bit. He's big. They're all bigger than him. Morel, he shouldn't go anywhere near him. You know, I think anyone that is at this point, anyone at this point could be a dangerous fight for Demetrius Andrade. So Andrade needs to be very well matched at this point, because otherwise I think he's going to end up getting himself trouble. But Billy Joe is a very good fight for him. I think he should take that fight. I think it's a big payday. I think it's a big name on his resume. It'll be the biggest name on his record. And then he can go, if he wins that fight, then he can go on and get another big payday. So yeah, I think Andrade's kind of been looking for a big name. It's a bit like a bus, you know, you get one bus and then two come along at the same time. And I think that's what might happen with Demetrius Andrade if he fights Billy Joe. I think if he fights Billy Joe, I think he'll get a big fight, and then as a result of that, he'll get another big fight. So yeah, I think Andrade he should jump at that opportunity more so than fighting Charlo, more so than fighting the other guys, because with Billy Joe, I think he gets an opportunity to fight somebody that is a big name, where he's going to get paid well, and then he's probably going to get another big opportunity to fight somebody else. So yeah, I think he should jump at that opportunity. I really do think he should jump at that opportunity. Good fight, and yeah, let's see if it gets made. Leave your thoughts, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.